hashtag No More initiative is one of the initiatives of Purpose Black Ethiopia. As you all know, Purpose Black Ethiopia's main objective is not only to maximize profit, but as a social enterprise, our primary objective is also to make an impact in whatever way we can. So this is unique hashtag No More Hunger initiative is, it's one of our endeavors or one of our efforts, which we're making or which we're launching to make an impact or a contribution to solve some of the major problems in our country. It's not only in our country but also throughout Africa. So with regards to when we come to hashtag No More Hunger initiative, as you all know, there is a very prevalent situation of hunger in this country, and there's a very sad reality of very increasing aid dependency in this country. So we were asking ourselves in terms of what is it that we can do to contribute our share to solve this problem once and for all and sustainably. As you all know, I mean, the aid model has been going on in this country for, I don't know for how long it is, but it's for decades it's been going on. But in terms of really when we look at its impact in terms of bringing about change, I can confidently say that we have not achieved what we wanted to achieve, and in fact it's creating more aid dependent Ethiopians, and the situation is worsening. So right now people are saying that there are about 8 million Ethiopians who need daily food and other assistance one way or another. So essentially the question is, are we going to continue the way we are, or should we be looking for other alternative solutions, or have a different paradigm that would help us address this problem? So it's this concern, and it's this challenge that really led us to come up with this initiative. And we're saying that instead of using the aid model, why don't we use a development or the business model to address this chronic problem of aid dependency? And that's why how this project was initiated, and we launched it to practically implement it and see how it impacts this problem. So so with regards to what the hashtag No More Hunger is all about, so I mean it's just just to say what it's all about. It's a very simple, straightforward project with a vision of making 50,000 starving Ethiopians who are really on food aid and who are really dependent right now, and make them millionaires within 2 years. So that's the whole objective and goal or target of Purpose. I mean the hashtag No More initiative. Definitely, when we say this, I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask us, how are you going to do it? And it's a very our answer is it's very simple and pretty straightforward, and whereby we're going to be using our model, which is a franchise shareholder model, and using this model we will be applying it for hashtag No More Hunger project, and using that very simple business model where people are actually investing and have belief in it and being implemented, and using this model to solve this problem. So the process is that essentially what we are going to do is we're going to raise $100 million in the coming 6 months, which is equivalent to about 5 billion Ethiopian birr. And what we'll be doing is going to be very transparent. It's going to be very straightforward, whereby we'll be buying 100,000 shares, a share equivalent of 100,000 Ethiopian birr for each of these 50,000 Ethiopians, and make them franchise shareholders. Very straightforward, very simple. We're not going to touch this money. That money is going to be used for just like the way it's used in the aid model, whereby you have like administrative overhead, trainings, travel. No, it's not going to be that. Every dollar of this money is going to be used to buy shares for this starving Ethiopians right now. So Once we have made them franchise shareholders by buying $100,000 of equivalent of shares, they would become franchise shareholders. And what would that qualify them for is, first of all, as any ordinary shareholder, these individuals will have dividend, so they can participate in the dividend, and they will have an income as a dividend at the end of the year. And second, as franchise shareholders, we're going to use this money, and then we're going to set up businesses. Our target is through the hashtag No More Hunger project, we're envisioning and targeting to develop about 30,000 hectares of fully integrated farm in Amhara, Afar, and southern people region. And then we're going to be setting up another 100 agro-processing factories. And third is we're going to be setting up 200 retail and distribution centers. So this is a big enterprise. And what's going to happen is these businesses are going to get involved, and definitely they are going to make money. And 50% of the net profit of we're going to get from all these businesses is going to be distributed to these people, to the 50,000 Ethiopians, as a franchise income. So on top of the dividend that they get at the end of the year, they would be additionally getting a franchise income every quarter. And again, on top of this one, which is going to be a third means of revenue, is going to be these businesses which we're going to establish using this money are going to require manpower. They are going to create job opportunities. So who's going to be employed in this business is going to be this individual. So they will have a job that would give them a monthly income. So you see they have three streams of income. They will, because they are going to be employed in these businesses, they are going to have monthly income, salary, and on top of that one, they're going to have franchise, which income, which is going to come from the 50% of the net profit from these businesses, and the third one is they're going to have annual dividends. So with our projections, we believe that each of these individuals will be getting about $120,000 Ethiopian birr every year. That would practically make them middle class. So today they are starving. We're just throwing bread and giving bread and whatever aid to them. And the whole idea is tomorrow, when this project is fully functional, essentially what they're going to have is, a very modest income, sustainable income that's going to sustain their lives, support their families, and so forth, once and for all. So it's this kind of, approach that we believe is going to be, really make significant inroads to solving this continuing problem of aid dependency. So this is what the hashtag No More project is all about. So what we have done is we have launched it and we have announced it to the public, and we're very happy. We have set up a team that's working, in terms of developing various fundraising activities. The next step is we're going to be having, intensive, public awareness, mobilization campaigns, which is going to involve various projects, fundraising projects, and using those projects, as I said earlier, the idea is to raise the $100 million in the coming 6 months. Their contribution is, for instance, one of the projects that we will soon be announcing is going to be related to greening the environment. So essentially, when, for instance, it's called the whole idea is like green for against hunger, or tree for against hunger, or something like that. This is the kind of project that we are developing right now. So you, for instance, if you buy and plant a tree, don't you think that you'll get some benefit out of it? Because essentially preserving the environment and it's preserving the weather and things like that. So essentially one of the projects that we have is, people will be buying a tree for a certain amount of money, maybe $10 and things like that. And that tree will be planted. And then when that tree is planted, first of all, you're leaving a legacy. you're leaving a green legacy, and second, you're contributing to the to the environment, to the protection of the environment. And that way you'll be benefiting. It's not only you, but your children and so forth will be contributing. And the other thing is corporate social responsibility. Because if you, for instance, break this cycle of a dependency, your benefit will be that you will not be asked to give money every year. So that's the kind of thing that you were talking about. So essentially, in terms of particularly with regarding this project as it relates to the hashtag No More Hunger project, a lot of corporations have money which is they have set aside as to discharge their responsibility, corporate social responsibility, and so it's this money that we're targeting to tap. So that this money, instead of going into the aid cycle, they can continue giving it into the aid cycle. But what is it going to bring them? Practically nothing, because we have tried it for decades now. But instead of that, if they can channel some portion of that money into this kind of project, which would sustainably resolve this problem, then I think it's to their advantage, to their benefit. And the more people have, for instance, especially with regards to corporations, the more we take people out of poverty, the more we take people out of dependency, it means like for these corporations, it may be tomorrow market, because you have more people who can afford to buy things. You have more people who are healthy, who need other things, who would be buying, tomorrow they would be your consumers and so forth. So essentially, it's this kind of benefit, indirect benefit that people will be getting. They may not be getting direct cash reward out of contributing or donating into this project, but indirectly, by preserving and protecting the environment, they become beneficiaries. And then by, taking more people out of poverty, markets will be expanded for corporations and things like that. So it's this kind of indirect benefit that these donors will be getting by being involved and participating in this endeavor. Yeah, I mean, this continuous cycle of aid and starvation and drought and problems year after year and after year. I mean, it's become very, for a lot of, especially the diaspora and things like that, how many of them are being asked to contribute money? Every year. All year round, every week. People are asking for donations. For how long is this thing going to continue? So, especially with regards to the Ethiopian diaspora, we call unto them because it's just because it's a matter of pride also. For how long are you going to continue to be called, these are, poor people, these are people who are always starving people. This has become our image. Isn't it to our benefit if we all come together and work with this kind of project that would solve this our chronic problems once and for all? So this is why we're inviting the Ethiopians in the diaspora to actively participate in this initiative, because it's to their it's directly related to their honor. It's directly related to their image. Imagine tomorrow we're very successful and would eliminate starvation from Ethiopia and things like that. Who would be the primary beneficiary? It's those people, those Ethiopians in diaspora who are living elsewhere, who are being finger pointed at, and and also who are being called, these are the starving people and things like that. They will be the primary beneficiaries if we can solve this problem once and for all. And it's their pride. So essentially, that's why we're really appealing and calling to the Ethiopian diasporans to really participate and actively engage in our fundraising activities, in mobilization and things like that, because they have access and it's their benefit if they can get involved in it. And definitely we'll have a number of projects and activities that is targeting and focused at the Ethiopian diaspora. And I'm hopeful that they would actively participate in this. And after all, also this project, the first one, the one that we just launched, is a pilot project. Our plan is to expand it throughout the country and ultimately throughout Africa. So can you imagine, like in terms of this project, being implemented throughout the entire African continent, and this project being initiated here in Ethiopia, what kind of implication does it have on each and every single Ethiopian diaspora and all Ethiopians for that matter, in terms of the pride, in terms of the respect, in terms of the recognition, and in terms of the history that we'll be making by making sure that this project becomes successful. So this is the argument that we have, and hopefully that a lot of Ethiopians will heed to this call. They will respond, positively and actively in terms of, making a contribution in whatever way they can, so that this project becomes successful.